Wake up. It's time for the daily Planet 5D. This is episode number 9, Canon 7D firmware. Hi, Planet Mitch from planet5d.com with another episode of the daily Planet 5D. First thing to note that it is hot in St. Louis. For those of you listening in on the audio podcast only, I've just put up a little graphic with some fancy flames in Paisleys. It's 107 degrees today, new record. That's in Fahrenheit for those of you. In the rest of the world, I didn't convert that to centigrade. But let me tell you, it's hot. You walk outside and it is just hot. It takes your breath away. It's like being in an oven. There's also some fires in Colorado, but this is not that kind of news. Today, Canon announced a 7D firmware upgrade, which is pretty significant. Here's the Planet 5D blog post for those of you watching. I think one of the big significant things about this new firmware is that they've made such a splash over it. Here is the Canon site, and they've got this big fancy flyer with, says the next evolution, it's EOS 7D firmware version 2.0, and it has overview and all sorts of bullet points about key features. I think it's pretty cool that they've gone through this kind of significant publicity, just more than the press release, to give you an overview of what the features are. I'm going to jump over to the Canon rumor site who put a little summary together. We've got some great things for the photographers. We've got new burst speed for raw images. You can do some raw image editing, image rating. You can fool around with the JPEG sizes in camera. The auto ISO settings have gotten a little bit higher. You can go with a little higher end on the ISO. The big adjustment for those movie makers is that the 7D will do manual audio adjustments, which is really cool. The 5D Mark II has had that for almost 2 years with the firmware upgrade, but it's just now making it to the 7D, which is cool. You can also add change the file names, which is cool, which they released on the 5D Mark III and the 1DX. Change time zone settings, faster scrolling, blah, blah, blah. You can read all those. And you can read the press release, and you can look at their flashy website for all of the details. But that sort of begs some questions, and I'll go to the Canon rumor site again. They are indicating that there is a possibility that the 7D might have an X version that might have an APS-H size sensor, which is a crop factor of 1.3. Interesting kinds of rumors. The big key question there, though, is when is that going to happen, and is this firmware upgrade just sort of a pacifier? Or, I mean, it's significant, and we certainly appreciate that Canon has gone through and upgraded the feature set. And it's also significant that they're following on with the 7D that they did with the 5D Mark II, in that they're adding features that weren't originally in the camera, which is something that they had never done previous to the 5D Mark II when they added the extra features there. So this is all good news. It's just a little curious as to maybe when they're going to upgrade the camera itself. So keep an eye out for... the other thing, I almost forgot to mention it. So they go and tell us about this significant new upgrade, but then they say, by the way, it's not going to be available till August. That's kind of frustrating, isn't it? What do you think? Sound off in the comments, would you? All right, let's move on to a couple of other things. I wanted to note that we did post the Digital Convergence podcast, episode 80. We had a great little conversation with Walter Biscardi. And for those of you who might be interested in starting up a users group in your area. We asked several questions about that because Walter is the co-founder of the Atlanta Cutters users group. And so you really should give a listen to that podcast and have a look at our pick of the week, artist pick of the week, which was Alter Ego by Rush Meyer, which we'll have posted on the 5D Cinema, Planet 5D Cinema section soon. Also significant, we did have 2 new posts by Luke Newman, who's been doing some cool tutorials for us. Today he posted the indie tip of the distorted face effect, and you can cruise over and watch the tutorial that he did on how to do that in After Effects. And yesterday he had a tip for doing audio recording and sort of sneakily hiding the microphone even though it was in the view when the video was recorded in the first place. So that's pretty cool. And I again forgot to turn off that little buzz sound. That's my Mac break program that forces me to take a break every now and then. That's what that noise was. Which is a cool little program if you spend too much time in front of your Mac like I do. Alright. I also wanted to remind you that we are still giving away, or you have 2 days left to enter for the Torch Bolt giveaway from Swittronics. Really cool little light. We used it several times on the incident on Marmont Avenue, the movie that we shot, and you can find out about that at blog.planet5d.com/incident. But you got 2 days left to enter the giveaway and to get your friends to help you win. There's a little picture of the Torch Bolt on a video camera right there in the plug-in that runs the giveaway. And last but not least, over on the Planet 5D Cinema, which is at cinema.planet5d.com, was a movie called Get Over It. So I also wanted to let you know, maybe I should get rid of that hot thing. It's a little tacky, but I've gotten several products. If you're watching on video, you can see this big black bag, which appeared in the mail yesterday, which I'm going to be doing an unboxing video, which will be kind of cool. I still have yet to do the review of the Spinlight 360, which I've got to get done. I also got this box, which really sucks. The product that's inside here really sucks. So look forward to that review coming on Monday. Lens Pro To Go is sending me the Canon T4i, plus I ordered the 40mm pancake lens to play around with. And I keep saying that word play, but I really mean test. Professionally test. I'm going to professionally test that lens. And probably over the weekend, I'm going to talk about the lighting in this room. A couple of people have commented on the blog posts about the fact that my hair is green in these videos. And I think that we're going to discuss that. It's coming up in one of the future episodes. So I've got a lot coming up on Planet 5D, on the daily Planet 5D. So keep your eyes tuned here and catch all the news on the daily Planet 5D.